What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages? Joker back again, once again, and today we're going to be talking about Redrix's Claymore. So a lot of people have been asking me what my opinion about the Claymore turning into the Broadsword is. Especially because I'm the guy who believes that there should be elitism in any game. If you're good enough to do the endgame activities, or if you're strongly willed enough to grind through competitive, and you get that really cool reward, you deserve that, and you deserve exclusivity to that. That said, how many of you, like myself, laughed their asses off when it was announced that the Claymore would be retired, air quotes, and the Broadsword, which is the exact same thing, would be brought in and tied to a quest? Now, of course, there's some subtle differences. The Broadsword will not have the lore tabs. Actually, I'm a little annoyed by that. I'm like, if you're gonna do it, just fucking do it. The lore tabs should be available to everyone. There shouldn't be lore in the game that is blocked off to people. Like, fuck that and fuck you. I would be absolutely and completely and utterly full of shit and lying if I said that I didn't enjoy a level of catharsis knowing that there was people who spent $350 to $400 US to be carried to the Claymore, and then it becomes a quest. Like, ouch. Like, ouch. Like, ooh, fuck your grandma, dude. Worst investment ever. But if I was to be completely and utterly honest, from a principled standpoint, yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of this, right? Like, there should be exclusive stuff, and if people grind for that exclusive stuff, then they deserve that exclusive stuff exclusively to them. I mean, how hard is that to figure out? Personally, I played some competitive, but I didn't like the game types. I didn't like the fact that there was no radar. It wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy it, and a lot of people didn't enjoy it. A lot of people will tell you that that grind is miserable, that it's piss poor executed, and that it just sucks. So the people that are willing to put themselves through that, the people that are willing to play for hours, days, weeks, maybe even months, deserve that. Like, they deserve that exclusively to them. I'm not willing to do it, so I don't deserve it. Plain and simple. That said, I could understand if you're a developer and you create this really cool and unique item and you expect more than 9,000 to 10,000 people within the entire community to get it so they can experience it, and then it gets tied to this really shitty competitive playlist. Because the competitive playlist was really shitty. I know I'm not the only one who just looked at it and they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go through that. You played a couple of matches, it was piss poor miserable, and you're like, yeah, no, that's not fun. And so you quit. So I can understand developers making this really cool item and going, man, we want, like, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40% of the player population to experience it. I mean, we put it at the 30, 40, if this was a true skill ranking system, rank, and yet, like, only 10,000 people at most at this point have it. That's gotta suck, man. And I can also see the balance issue, because you're gonna have this, 180 rate of fire hand cannon that after 2 crit shots does way more bonus damage plus the Claymore. Like, that's gonna be an OP loadout. So you want people to be able to compete, and I understand that. So I think that's essentially what happened. Is they have this really cool season 4 weapon, but they see the Claymore and they're like, if somebody has both of these in a loadout, it's gonna be really, really, really strong, and we want more people to access that. And I think that's what's going on with this. So, does it absolutely positively suck for anyone and everyone who grinded their ass off to get the Claymore? Yes. But I kind of understand where Bungie's coming from. Usually, I'm not this forgiving for something like this, but I kind of get it. When you make something that's cool and only like 10,000 people get it, and you're like, this could probably be pretty OP, you probably want more people to have access to it. So I'm okay with them taking it and locking it behind a very, very involved quest. Now, most of the quest, honestly, is pretty easy. If you just use a pulse rifle and you play some competitive and you play some non-competitive, you're probably gonna get 90% of the quest steps done. But the involved part is resetting your Valor rank 5 times. That's gonna take a lot, and you gotta do that in one season, so I respect that. Like, that's a grind. That's not gonna be fun. So, it is what it is. Plus, you'll have this new 180 rate of fire hand cannon, the Luna's Howl, to grind after in competitive. At least I think that's what's going on with that. That may also be tied to a quest that's very similar to the Broadsword. So, it is what it is. I like it. I'm gonna be honest. I like it. I get it. Even though I'm the guy who's like, yeah, you know what? There should be exclusive shit that people just can't get. Deal with it. In this case, I get it. I really do. Because, like, only maybe 10,000 people, if I'm exaggerating slightly on the numbers, I understand why you might want more people to have this really cool weapon combination. That said, I get why people don't like it, right? Like, you grinded your ass off for this really cool gun, but I get why people like it. I get why it was done. That said, the people who have already grinded for it do have a unique opportunity to start Forsaken day one trying to grind for a God roll Claymore. So there is that. So it's not like people who grinded out the Claymore are disadvantaged any. They're ahead of the curve. So there is at least a bit of a consolation prize. So, it's a tough spot. And I'm not 100% sure there was really a right answer to this question. I mean, what do you do when you have something like the Claymore, who's 553? What do you do when you have the high-end pulse rifles become basically a 2-round burst on hunters at least, and a 3-round burst on most everything else, and so you have this really powerful Claymore weapon which is gonna just tear ass up, and then on top of that you have Luna's Howl, which is also like the mini last word. At the same time, I really do understand people's anger over this. Hell, I haven't bothered to grind competitive, and when I heard about it, I was angry. I was like, no, Bungie, what the fuck? You're appealing to the casual audience once again. That's been the entire problem with Destiny 2. You just give casuals shit because fuck you. That's why. Because fuck you, we want the casual audience. Because fuck you, we want money. It has ruined the game. So it's not hard to look at this and go, yeah, that's exactly why they did that. Because a bunch of casuals couldn't be bothered to nut up and grind competitive and get it. Which is, again, I respect anyone and everyone who grinded competitive to get this weapon. Because that was the most bullshit, unsatisfactory, piece of shit, joy-sapping, like, exhausting, cancerous grind ever in Destiny. But, like I said, what are you gonna do when you have all these different clashing issues, I guess I would say. I think they made the right call. I think the quest for the Broadsword is definitely a great consolation to anybody who grinded it. but I understand if people are angry about it. Anyways, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, I didn't really have all that much to say about this topic. I get it. I get why people are angry about it, but I think Bungie has found a nuanced solution to what is essentially a really hard problem to tackle, right? Because someone is going to be upset. No matter what they do, somebody is going to be upset. So I think they handled it actually pretty good for Bungie. I mean, like, pretty fucking good for Bungie. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. And like always, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, stay frosty.